All right, we are here with Ron LaForce of New Mexico State. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. I love getting to know you young players, and obviously you're here for a reason. Maybe it's another opportunity that you didn't see before, and you just want that exposure or that second chance to get your best foot forward in 2019. What brought you here, though? I'll ask you straight from the horse's mouth.
I was on a couple other lists, like Senior Bowl and NFLP. I'm on the emergency list for them, and when I got this opportunity, I got the email for the invite, and I wanted to go ahead and register, get my name on for this opportunity, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to get those. And so I just needed the opportunity, to expose myself, reassure what scouts already think about me, and just showcase my talent, show what I can do.
What position are you?
Safety, free safety.
Safety? Another defensive guy. I think I've had all defensive guys on today.
The dark side.
But I love defense, man. I don't know if you heard, but
wins championships.
It does, but it's that jump off your couch moment, right? You get that interception, which I'm sure you know that feeling. Is there anything better than getting that momentum swing pick?
I don't know if anything in life feels better than an interception.
If you make it to the NFL, what's the one quarterback you want to pick off first?
I've always idolized Drew Brees, so him over Tom Brady for sure.
Well, you might get that very opportunity, man. What was your college career like?
It was I started out. I went junior college. I was under recruited out of high school, and so for 2 years for a year I spent a year out in California at College of the Sequoias, and then I actually stepped away from the game for a year, and then went back out to the College Sequoias. I was back home. I actually wasn't going to play football anymore at all. And my junior college coach called me, knew I had a year of eligibility left at the junior college level. And he just really believed in my abilities and what I could do. I had some, issues going on back home. It was just stuff that made me step away from the game and go back home for a little bit. And he told me, I come back out, he felt like I was a Division I player and I could, move on to higher levels. And so I made that decision to go back out to California. I was offered by South Alabama and New Mexico State. South Alabama actually being in my hometown in Mobile. I decided not to go there because I figured it was probably best to play away from home. Went to New Mexico State, and the rest is history. I had a great 2 years out there. I actually won the Sun Belt Newcomer of the Year and got all conference my first year there. And then we was independent this past year, so I wasn't up for the all conference awards or anything like that, and possibly hurt my stock a little bit, maybe, not being mentioned like that. And we won the Arizona Bowl last year, didn't have as great of a year this year, and so I just feel like I need a bigger stage, another opportunity to be able to reassure what I'm capable of.
So when it comes to an event like this, you got a few days here, Fort Worth, Texas. You had some seminars this morning. You're going to have some interviews later, and then you guys are going to hit the field tomorrow and the next day and really try to, showcase what you've got. But the seminars, I feel like, are kind of one of those things that you have to go to, and you maybe don't look forward to it. But at the end of it, you may have taken away a lot more than you thought. Was there anything specific that stood out to you this morning in what you guys were listening to?
I kind of knew about, the percentage of players, who kind of lose track of their financial state, that side of them, after they get into the league, and then they, they're only there for, 3 or so years, and they find themselves, looking for a job or trying to find a way to make money. And I have a pretty good agent, all the stuff they were saying, I probably heard it 2 or 3 times before I came here. But, you can never hear this stuff enough.
Oh, yeah, especially when it comes to money management, man.
It happens to so many people, and you think you're not going to be that guy until you're in that position, and you're looking around saying, you wish you would have listened to some of this stuff.
Yeah, I remember, so they were talking about Antonio Brown on ESPN this morning, that whole situation in Pittsburgh. But one of the things that they said was that, money doesn't change people. It just amplifies, who you are as a person. You seem like you've got a pretty level head. Like, if you got a bunch of money, it'd be like, well, I already go fishing, so I just go fishing more and, a nicer boat.
Yeah, for sure. Growing up, I'm from the water down there in Alabama, and so I've always been in the seafood business, and we've never had, a buttload of money. And so I always told myself, stay true to who I am if I ever, run into it, and I'll just appreciate it more than maybe some other guys wouldn't. And I've just seen people down where I'm from change who they are or amplify, like you said, who they really was once they run into somebody like that. And just my family and where I've come from, how I was raised, I felt like I would always stay true to it. And because I ain't no stranger to hard work. I mean, I've worked a job since I was 12 years old. And so I just really know how to take my money and use it to better myself.
I feel like you're kind of a silent but deadly, because you're a safety and you're very calm and collected. Now, when you go and interview with a scout, you feel like that's going to be their takeaway? Like, how do you want to present yourself to them?
I don't want to come off, too erratic or anything like that.
No, that hasn't happened right now, so I think you're good there.
I feel like just my demeanor shows exactly how I am when I'm under pressure. I don't fold, I don't get to thinking too much. It's just basically react off of stuff you've done your entire life. Kobe Bryant always said, nervousness comes from not preparing the right way. So if you prepare the right way, I feel like there's nothing to worry about when it comes to interviews, when it comes to a scout asking you questions, when it comes to being in the Super Bowl and you're trying to make a big-time play. Same level-headed, make the plays you can make.
Who's the guy that you idolize at the position?
There's a few guys. Obviously, being a white defensive back, I idolize, some of the guys with the dime breed, because it ain't too many of us at the position. I like Eric Weddle.
I was going to say Eric Weddle.
I watch him play a lot. A little undersized, because I feel like, that's probably a knock on me, probably a minus, when it comes to grading me is, just height. Probably could put on more weight. I got a frame where I could put on more weight once I get to that level. I've never had any problems with injury or anything like that. Played at 185, in college and never really was hurt too much, anything like that. Little nicks and bruises. John Lynch is always a name that comes to mind.
Yeah.
He was a dog back there. And so, a couple guys like that. Harrison Smith, he kind of he's up and coming, kind of just got a lot of hype here recently, last couple of years, but he's a taller, bigger guy, and so I really just can't relate to him when it comes to my game. But I feel like I have that type of athletic ability to be able to make plays like Harrison Smith makes. I wouldn't call myself, at making 226 tackles in 2 years. You'd think, he's, hustle player, makes a lot of tackles, but I think my athletic ability is really slept on, and I want to be able to showcase that at a game like this.
Well, I know it's a different position, but I mean, if guys like Cole Beasley and Cooper Kupp can come from small schools and be little white guys and go out there and crush it, I mean, there's no reason you can't at the defensive side. I mean, it'd be tough, but I feel like you're the kind of guy that just elevates your competitive edge, and you want to go out there and you got something to prove.
Exactly. I always have that chip on my shoulder, and I pride myself in that.
Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel you. All right, well, Ron, man, hey, it's a pleasure. Best of luck to you, man.
Yes, sir.
Go crush it in those interviews.
Thank you.